What if that feeling of being stuck, of carrying a weight that isn't even yours, isn't just in your head? What if it's a specific, predictable stage of your life that has a name, a purpose, and an exit? Over a century ago, the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche laid out a secret roadmap. It wasn't a 10-step program or a cheap life hack. It was a story, a powerful allegory about the human spirit on a journey to become something truly magnificent. He called it the Three Metamorphoses. And it's not just some dusty, old philosophy. It is a living guide to achieving your ultimate potential, to breaking free from your limitations, and becoming what he called the Übermensch, the superhuman. This is your journey. It has 3 stages: the camel, the lion, and the child. The question is, which one are you right now? And more importantly, how do you finally get to the next one? Let's find out. The journey begins with the first transformation, the camel. Picture a strong, dutiful spirit kneeling in the vast desert. It looks up at the world and asks for one thing, and one thing only: a heavy load. The camel is the spirit of duty, of reverence, of carrying the burdens of others. This is the stage where we absorb the values of the world around us. The values of our parents, our teachers, our entire society. The commands are hammered into us from birth. Get good grades, go to a good college, get that safe, respectable job, climb the ladder, buy the house, follow the rules, and whatever you do, don't rock the boat. These are the weights the camel mistakes for a crown. Sound familiar? The camel believes that by carrying these burdens well, it will be rewarded. It finds deep honor in its endurance. It thinks to itself, look how much I can handle. Look how responsible I am. It says yes to everything asked of it. Yes to the extra overtime. Yes to the family obligations that drain its soul. Yes to societal expectations that feel completely hollow. The camel is the ultimate people pleaser. The weight becomes unbearable. The clear path feels less like a road and more like a cage. The rewards, the promotions, the praise, it all feels empty. You've carried all these burdens to the top of the mountain, only to look around and realize this isn't your mountain. This is the camel's great crisis. The spirit finally understands that all the values it has been carrying, all the rules of thou shalt and thou shalt not, were given to it by others. They are not its own. And with this painful realization, the camel does something it has never done before. It stands up, shrugs off its crushing load, and runs. It runs away from the marketplace of society, away from the endless voices of others, and into what Nietzsche calls the loneliest desert. This desert is a place of profound isolation and deep introspection. It's terrifying, it's empty. The silence is deafening, but it is here in this solitude that the second metamorphosis must take place. The spirit must become a lion. The lion is the polar opposite of the camel. If the camel's sacred word is yes, the lion's word is a thunderous, world-shaking no. The lion is a warrior, a rebel, a king in its own right, refusing to kneel. In the desert, the lion confronts its greatest enemy. Not a person or an army, but a massive, glittering dragon, a beast made of ancient gold. And on every single one of its shimmering scales is a single command: thou shalt. Thou shalt be practical, thou shalt be humble, thou shalt respect tradition, thou shalt not question authority, thou shalt fit in. Every value the camel ever carried is now a scale on this terrifying beast, gleaming in the sun. This dragon represents thousands of years of human morality and tradition. It looks at the lion, its voice dripping with ancient power, and hisses, "Everything of value has already been created. There is nothing new for you. You must obey." The camel would have bowed before this dragon. It would have trembled and accepted its fate. But the lion is different. The lion does not bow. The lion roars back. Its roar is the sacred no. It is the absolute rejection of external authority. It is the spirit's declaration of independence. The lion fights the dragon, not to replace its rules with new ones, but to win the very freedom to create new values. This is the rebellious phase many of us go through. The teenager who questions their parents, the artist who shatters tradition, the entrepreneur who challenges an entire industry. They are all channeling the untamed spirit of the lion. The lion is a necessary destroyer. It must tear down the old prison walls before anything new can ever be built. It screams "I will" in the face of the dragon's "thou shalt." It is a bloody battle for sovereignty over one's own soul. And the lion wins. It slays the great dragon. The golden scales of "thou shalt" lie shattered and broken in the desert sand. The spirit is finally free, utterly, terribly, terrifyingly free. But then another crisis. The lion can destroy. It knows how to say no. It can win freedom from things, but can it create? Can it build a new world with new values? Can it say a sacred yes to its own creations? No, it cannot. The act of destruction, of pure, violent rebellion, is not enough to build a meaningful life. The lion has cleared the land, but it stands in an empty field, not knowing what to build in its place. Its power is negative, oppositional. Freedom from the dragon is not the final goal. It is only the prerequisite for the final and most difficult transformation. The warrior must lay down its claws. The righteous anger must subside. And so, in the now cleared desert, under a new dawn, the spirit must undergo its final metamorphosis. The mighty, ferocious lion must become a child. A child, after all that struggle. After the strength of the camel and the ferocity of the lion, the final stage is a small child. Yes, and this is Nietzsche's most profound and most misunderstood insight. The child represents a new beginning, a clean slate. It is innocence and, crucially, a sacred forgetting. The child has no cynical baggage from the past. It doesn't remember the weight of the camel or the rage of the lion. The child is the ultimate creator. It looks at the world not as something to be endured or something to be fought against, but as a playground, a vast sandbox for pure creation. Its driving force is not duty or anger, but play. The camel said yes to everyone else. The lion roared no at everyone else. But the child whispers a sacred yes to itself. A yes to its own life, its own will, its own self-created values. It becomes a wheel that rolls of its own accord, a first motion. Think about how a child plays. They build a sandcastle with total focus and love, pouring their entire soul into it. And when a wave comes and knocks it down, they don't despair. They laugh and they begin again. They create for the sheer, unadulterated joy of creating. This is the state of the Übermensch. the self-creating, self-propelled, life-affirming individual. The child doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't need to rebel against anything because it is already free. Its world is a blank canvas, and it holds the brush. This is the artist lost in their work, the scientist exploring a new frontier, the person who builds their life authentically, from the ground up, based on their own self-created values. They are playing the game of life, and they are joyfully making the rules as they go. The child is the embodiment of what Nietzsche called the will to power, not as brute domination over others, but as the inner drive to grow, to create, to overcome oneself, and to constantly become more than what you are. It's about turning your life itself into a work of art, not one that society approves of, or one your parents wanted for you, but one that is a true and joyful expression of your unique, individual spirit. That is the destination of this secret roadmap. From the dutiful camel through the rebellious lion to the creative child. From carrying the world to fighting the world to finally creating your own world. So now you must ask yourself, where are you on this path? Are you a camel, faithfully carrying burdens that feel heavier each day, wondering if this is all there is? Are you a lion, alone in the desert, fighting your dragons, saying no to the things that have held you back, feeling the thrill and the terror of your newfound freedom? Or are you beginning to feel the spirit of the child? Are you ready to stop fighting the old and start building the new? To play, to create, and to say a sacred yes to your own beautiful life. There is no judgment in any stage. Let me be clear. Each one is absolutely necessary. You cannot become the lion without first knowing the weight of the camel. You cannot become the child without first earning the freedom of the lion. You have to earn each transformation. It's the hero's journey of your own consciousness. And this isn't a one-time journey either. We may find ourselves cycling through these stages in different areas of our lives. A lion in our career, but still a camel in our relationships. A child in our hobbies, but a lion at work. The goal is to keep moving forward in all arenas of life. To recognize the stage you are in is to be given the map to the next one. It empowers you to see your struggle not as a personal failure, but as a sign of incredible growth. A metamorphosis already in progress. This is Nietzsche's ultimate guide to self-mastery. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about becoming who you truly are, a creator, a self-propelled wheel, a superhuman. So the next time you feel that weight on your shoulders, that anger brewing in your chest, or that first spark of playful creation, you'll know exactly what it is. It's a stage, it has a name, a purpose, and now you know the exit.